The last 2 years, we've gotten off to a slow start, and some of that is just the limited practice time, and then we're playing tough teams out of conference. So you can expect your team to work out the kinks as you go, especially if you're not as old or, we played a couple teams with a lot of experience early on. And then I think that we started to get the systems down. We started to figure out some things. We had to make some adjustments on attack early because we just had small issues that we had to deal with. But our defense came together, and I thought did a tremendous job of putting us in a position where we could win those 5 games, and we were at home. So I think, the slow starts against tough competition, hopefully we'll be able to fix that going forward. I think it is a reality of the limited practice time to some degree. We're going to do the best that we can, and we were in a couple one-goal games. If we could tip those, we're an NCAA tournament team. So that's what we're hoping to do down the road, is like tip a couple of those and then win the Ivy Championship and put ourselves in a better position. Oh, I think the stadium's just a fantastic place to play. We're comfortable there. It just has, I don't know, an old world feel to it, and we like it. And I think the kids enjoy it, and they're comfortable, and their parents love it. And there's just so many positives to being in that kind of stadium. I do think going forward, we definitely have to win some of those games on the road. But happily, if you look over the progression over the last 5 years, those are games that we wouldn't have even been in. Now they're tight. We're losing by a goal or two, and there's definitely progression, and I think the next step is to tip some of those early games, get out of the gates faster. We have to do that, and then win one on the road. That's a big game on the road. I think the team, the players, the young women in this group, they like playing a tougher schedule. It's fun to play a Syracuse and Gillette. It's fun to play the tougher schedule. It does challenge you. You have to keep your confidence, and at times I worried about that. Even if you're losing a one-goal game against a good team or a tight game against Syracuse at Gillette, you could see them start to struggle a little bit with their confidence. And thankfully, we came through that and went right back into the Ivy League and did well. I think over the last couple of years, we've been more of an offensive team. And like I said, we had some small just nicks and bangs and issues that slowed us down in that area. So we did the complete reversal and went the other way. This year, I thought they came together a little bit even more. And they're a year older. They've been playing together. Mick and Mare came back from their injuries from a year ago, and they're disruptively athletic, especially Mare with that blazing speed. And I thought they were just comfortable with each other, and they knew what they could do, they knew what they couldn't do, and they were quick to help each other. And I just thought they had, they took a game plan and they applied it, and sometimes they would tinker with it too, which is a good sign for a coach. When they grow to the point where they say, well, can we do this? That's what you want them to do, and that's what that defensive unit was doing this year. And Ellen did a nice job leading them, and then would make on-the-field adjustments. And Kelly was a fantastic addition. She was everything that we thought she would be in the recruiting process, and she competes, and I thought the players played hard in front of her. I think we're competitive. We compete. We now have expectation. We want more, and I think that's probably the biggest positive. I thought they were a little disappointed that they didn't make the NCAA tournament this year, and as hard as that is to experience, as a coach, you almost want it. You want to see that disappointment, because they'll come back a little bit hungrier next year. But we are now a very competitive team, and I think some of that was seen in our scheduling. But we're now a team that I think that we've regained some confidence, and we've regained some respect, and we can mix it up with just about anybody in the top 20, and hopefully we'll, ideally move into the top 10. I think character. I think that the group is very honest. They're very truthful. They're tough. They're gritty. They're not afraid of much, and you need that when you're flipping a losing program is not easy. You get used to winning, you get used to losing. And sometimes it just requires a jolt, and then you need kids who are strong enough to realize that it's not always going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of work. I mean, the coaches and the teams in the Ivy League are very good. And I just thought I saw a lot of personality, a lot of character, a lot of toughness. And I wasn't wrong. I mean, that group was fantastic in terms of its leadership ability, and their ability to stay steady when things weren't going well, and they stay steady when things are going well. So, they were a fantastic group, hard to replace. That being said, I think all of the seniors over the last 5 years have contributed to the change and the growth of the program. And the alums from the past as well. I mean, this is definitely a group effort. And it was just, I think, people saying we want to be excellent on both sides of the bridge versus, on one side and then not on the other side.